It was a busy morning in Toy Town. "What would I do without you, Noddy?" said Dynadol. "You run the best taxi service in Toy Town." Noddy laughed. "I run the only taxi service in Toy Town. If there were 100 others, I'd still choose yours," Dinah declared. "I like to drive my car. I drive it near and far. Oh, I'm the best by far. Yes, I am a taxi star." Noddy sang as he polished a speck of dust off his car. Then he heard the Toy Town clock. "Noon! Time to pick up Mr. Wobbly Man." Noddy was driving into the square when a strange bicycle taxi halted ahead of him. It belonged to Sly and Gobo, the two bad goblins. "You are not the only taxi in Toy Town now," sneered Gobo.
I am sorry, Noddy, but the goblins were here first and they are giving me a free ride.
"That's all right, Mr. Wobbly Man. Enjoy your ride." Big Ears had seen everything, and he said, "Those goblins are up to something." "I don't think so. They just want to give taxi rides, like I do." Big Ears was still not happy. "You watch out for those goblins, Noddy." "I will, but I am sure there's nothing to worry about." Noddy drove on through Toy Town. "Ah, there's Mrs. Skittle. She wants me to give her a lift," he cried. But before he could stop, Sly and Gobo screeched up in front of him. "Need a lift, lady?" yelled Gobo. Mrs. Skittle hesitated. "It's free." How could she possibly say no? "Hey, that's twice today. You have stolen my passengers," Noddy shouted at the two coddling goblins. "You may be cheaper, but I am better," Noddy boasted. "My little car can take passengers faster than you ever could in that bicycle thing." "Noddy's right," said Mrs. Skittle as she jumped out of the goblin's bicycle taxi and into Noddy's car. "The goblin's ride may be free," she said, "but I need to get to Mr. Straw's farm fast." Barp, barp! Noddy beeped his horn and grinned at the scowling goblins as he drove off. "Our free rides were meant to stop people using Noddy's taxi service," moaned Gobo. "So we would be the only taxi in Toy Town, and then we could charge 3 times as much." "It was a brilliant idea," groaned Sly. "But it won't work. Noddy's taxi will always be faster." "We have to think of another plan," said Gobo. Gobo's eyes lit up. "We get rid of Noddy's car, then we'll really be the only taxi service in Toy Town." Late that night, the two goblins crept towards Noddy's garage. "Hurry, get the door open quick before someone spots us," whispered Gobo. Sly and Gobo could just see Noddy's shiny car in the gloom of the garage. "Now," hissed Gobo as he threw a small bag at the engine. Whoosh! A powdery cloud showered down on Noddy's car. "Noddy's going to get a big surprise," they sniggered as they slipped away. Next morning, Noddy jumped into his car and drove off, eager to start work. Screech! The car suddenly lurched to a halt, whirled around, and zoomed off again. "Help!" yelled Noddy. The car seemed to have a mind of its own. He couldn't stop it. "Halt!" ordered Mr. Plod, stepping into the road. But the car drove straight at him. Just in the nick of time, screech! The car came to a sudden stop. Mr. Plod was very angry. "Noddy, that was very dangerous." "But it wasn't me. It was the car. I tried to stop, but I couldn't. Honestly, Mr. Plod." But I'm still taking you and your car to jail. It'll be a long time before you give anyone else a taxi ride." "This is the only taxi in Toy Town. Who wants a ride?" shouted Sly and Gobo. With Noddy and his car locked up, they were putting their plan into action. They skidded to a halt next to Mrs. Skittle. "Where to, lady?" asked Gobo. "Home, please," said Mrs. Skittle. "That will be 6 coins, please," Gobo demanded. 6? Mrs. Skittle was sure. "Noddy only charges 2. "Well, Noddy's in jail. So if you want a ride, we are it. Cough up the coins, lady." Mrs. Skittle had to pay the goblins what they wanted. "But it wasn't me," wailed Noddy to Big Ears. who had hurried round to the jail. It was the car. It went crazy. I couldn't stop it truly. Mr. Plot frowned. But Mr. Sparks had looked at the car, and there's nothing wrong with it. Perhaps, said Big Ears. It's a different sort of problem. Noddy and Mr. Plod looked puzzled. Big Ears took a long sniff at Noddy's car. Aha! Just as I guessed. Someone's put a magic spell on it. It's a silly spell. It makes things act in a crazy way. Can you get rid of it? Noddy asked. No, said Big Ears. Only the person who made the spell can take it off. Now, Noddy, who would want you out of the way? Noddy thought for a moment. Sly and Gobo, with me out of the way. They'd have the only taxi in Toy Town. You may be right, Noddy. Let's see. He sprinkled a fine dust over the car, chanting, Leaf of oak and foxglove seed, hazelnut and blade of grass. Make the culprits of this deed appear before us at high speed. Hey, what's happening? Yelled the two goblins as an invisible force dragged them backwards towards the police station. Pedal, Sly, pedal! Shouted Gobo. They both pedaled like mad, but Big Ears' magic was too strong. Here they come, said Big Ears, as the goblins whizzed across the road and crashed into the police station. Mr. Plod grabbed each of them at once. Don't tell him anything, Sly. Don't worry, I won't tell them. We put a spell on Noddy's car. Oops. Sly clamped a hand over his mouth, but it was too late. I knew it, Mr. Plod exploded. Now, you bad goblins, take that spell off at once. The goblins had to do what they were told. You are town's only taxi service again, Noddy, said Big Ear, smiling. Yes, and I'll always be the best, grinned Noddy, as he drove off to pick up his next passenger. I like to drive my car. I drive it near and far. The horn is sharp. It goes bar bar. And I am the best by far. Yes, I am a taxi